God, that is the line of the season.
Yes.
Holy shit. Oh dude, oh my. Sorry, I'm a mess right now, but yeah. Watching the show, reading it, and then seeing, moments that you're not in, like Negan and that whole crew, that shit brought me to tears, seeing them like stand up for each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes. Woo. Long live the king.
Laid it out.
That's family, baby.
Yeah. Woo. And welcome to it, Mercer.
Yeah, it's a funny story with that scene, that moment. I remember reading the script and texting with Josh, and every day we worked throughout the episode, we'd like fuck around and be like, we should say something different, because we didn't like what was on the page, so we just kind of like, it's time to burn down the walls. It's time to, we just like improv stuff. And that night, he was like, just say whatever you feel. And yeah, the thing came off of, I'm terrible with this shit, but they pulled a burlap sack off his head, and I just said what I felt, and the whole crew just like cracked up. Yeah, and then a couple months later, Angela was talking to me on set. She was like, "We're going to use that tape, the one." Yeah, so it's a beautiful moment, and I'm kind of in tears, but. Challenging me, egging me on.
Dude, I'm smiling. That's one of my favorite episodes I think I've seen in a long time.
Yes.
I mean, it's like we had this. It was so funny. This was like freezing. It was like snowing on the Negan crew. They were getting snowed on. Meanwhile. Oh, so my wife went in that lineup. That's cool. Oh, my kids were taken. Perfect. And I'm like on a vacation. I put like all hell breaking loose. Dude. That's all I have to say is, dude, that's the whole, I have no other word for that. It was just that was powerful. I mean, like, the whole time you're set up, I forgot about that. I was like, wait, how does it turn around? And then just like, you just play poker face the whole way through.
Right.
It was just, you were like, he's like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, take him out of the courthouse right now?
You got people watching you every corner you turn. You can't let nobody in.
Yeah.
How'd you feel when you saw that was what was happening? Like, did you feel that was already there? Like, did she talk to you?
I was like, oh, you do got balls. Okay.
When I see, like, it's so funny just being like apart from everyone in Commonwealth, but like, I see these scenes and like there's this whole other thing that's going on, man. I've been loving this season for the fact that it just felt like it really did feel like a soft reboot in a way. Like we now have to reacclimate to this new environment, and we're so used to, like, it's either this community's good or that community's bad, and it's so divided, and we're starting to see like just that last one. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, you see a lot of characters fighting for their survival and their young ones' survival, and I just found that moment really profound with Rosita when she turned that walk on that guy. It's like, he deserves it. He's standing between me and my family. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
I felt like every parent was like, yes, exactly.
Exactly, yes.
Christian is crushing it. Seeing Maggie and Carol, like, those are two badasses, and then you see, like, I love Carol. I think she's like the Reaper, she is the Reaper of justice, and then, like, Maggie will learn a thing or two.
It was quite beautiful to see, like, karma served in a very lovely dish.
Very lovely dish.
That was heart-wrenching and, like, gratifying at the same time.
So I've always talked about, like, Negan in a way where I'm like, no, at any point, I say this all the time, and I mean it. It's like, at any moment, any character can shoot him in the head, and we'd be okay with it. You know, I said that for the longest time, but that moment, it needed to be Ezekiel. Because like through the kingdom, we lost everything, you know? Why am I getting emotional about that? But it's just like, oh, my friends left, and I'm never gonna see them again. But the kingdom is just this thing that I'm like, I remember him, and he's Benjamin. We love Benjamin, and he got shot in the leg and he bled out. And I remember that also being physically challenging because I had to run with him. And I'm carrying him the whole way through, and they just cut that out from the front yard. Does Cooper love running? Has any? I've been a third person to ask that question. So, but it had to be Ezekiel, you know, because it's like he's the one. I feel like he lost the most. He's lost the most. He lost Henry. He lost the kingdom. He lost everything that he had built, and then, you know, he's able to, even though he's not going to forgive Negan. He's like, or maybe he will, but he still stands for what's right. And it's like, he'll put his life on it. Like damn, Ezekiel.
Yeah, he laid that one out.
You okay?
I'm at a loss for words, but
it just felt like finally, it was just like, okay, this is what we do, you know? It's like, this is from the Rick Grimes group, you know? And then in that moment, like, I mean, you see, it's like, I always say, like, everyone that's been touched, like, it's Eugene's speech, meaning one person that will affect another person, how we do that. And we have Rick, who touched all of us in that way, and he has those moments of being reckless, of falling for a group, but it's in us, and like, you know, it's that we are walking dead moment. It's like, no, we die together, we fight together, like, we live together. I mean, it's,
I have a question for all of you. Like, watching this episode, it's kind of a story of redemption in a way for a lot of the characters. And did you feel that Eugene and Negan had changed enough to see them as new individuals, new men?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was feeling. I felt that. And it was funny, you specifically on the Eugene. I was watching Talking Dead and with and Terry Crews, and he was like, he's a coward. Eugene's a coward. Okay. And he said that. Everyone's like, I don't know if he. But I can see why now. This is the first time Eugene just owns it in front of everybody. He gives him he redeemed himself with his actions, but he never just admitted it. He never just said it outright and saying it to strangers. It just felt, I mean, it was, in a way, it's like he almost knows he's going to be put to, execution because he's like, I need to get this off my chest. I need to say it in front of
Get rid of
everybody.
God in yourself before,
Yeah.
That they're not honesty and truth. I think it hits home for a lot of people in that courtroom, even though what ensues after is not that not reflective of that, but it hits home definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a great point. These are two characters. I mean, because Eugene has that guilt, I mean, he didn't, he was with the Saviors. He, despite at the end, he helped them all. He did things, he's still responsible for their lives, and that's on him. I think he redeemed it. I think Negan redeemed it. I'm actually surprised I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, at any point, any of us can shoot him in the head and we'll be like, yeah. But it's also a thing where I also think like, well, these guys they didn't know him before, they don't have the right. We can still.
You know what changed? He got a black woman in his life, She ain't gonna take that from me. Shout out to Annie Medina, I love her.
Yes.
Same with Eugene. I'm just saying.
True. Had him trekking across the world from a radio conversation.
Yeah, I'm just fucking on all of that. Dude, I'm usually so that like I will rewatch because I'm like, what just happened in my face? I got to do it again, but I can't get over just the teamwork. And I love it when we play back a character. I love Daryl. So it's always like, oh yeah, we'll keep him back. And then like,
All of a sudden,
and then he's like, I'm gonna stab you.
the same.
Oh man, but yeah, again, I got Christian on all of that, and like her build up with the panic, and she's like, all right, no, it's calm. You know, Gabriel trying to calm her down, and she's like, we're going forward. But it's almost like she knows, you know, like the longer it takes, the more that fear builds, you know. And it's night now, you know, so she has hours sitting on this. It just within this episode,
Yeah.
But it's, oh my goodness.
Things are heating up.
Yeah, we got some episodes left. We got more episodes.
Yeah.
This is usually like the feeling of like a finale. It sort of has like that us going into that horde, you know, like things about to start. That felt like it was supposed to be a finale, but it's
The
not.
pot is boiling over, you know.
There's so much more.
Well, guys, thank you.
Yes.
I want to thank you guys. Please give it up for Cooper and Michael J. Oh, we love you guys. Well, guys, we are ready to do the 50.